This is a Manta Sports Media presentation of All A State Tournament basketball action. We'd like to welcome you to Harold Holbrook Athletic Complex West on the campus of West Carter High School and John Hott Brown Court for tonight's All A State Sectional Tournament. And so hopefully this broadcast finds everybody safe and warm out there. I know here in the Carter County area that we have been devastated by back-to-back ice storms. I know as well as people in the Greenup County, Boyd County, Lawrence County area, and our prayers are with you if you are still struggling with getting necessities at this time period. But of course, with the weather being a factor, it has shut down the All-A State Tournament that was planned down in Richmond on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University. But the board met and they have re-released some new brackets, and we are going to be having the tournament a little bit differently this year. Typically all rounds are played down at McBrayer Arena on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University. But for this year, they have allowed for a sectional game and a semi-state game to be played at the local schools. And so that is where we are here tonight. Of course, tonight's matchup should be a good one out there, as we have the home team on the scoreboard, the West Carter Lady Comets, the champions of the 16th region, coming into today's game 6-4 on the season, as they're going to be taking on the visiting Bishop Brossart, or the Lady Stangs, and currently 11-3 on the season. And so, as we said, today should be a good matchup. This is Jeff the Mantis Irwin doing your play-by-play, jack of all trades, and a little bit of everything out here today. As we said, we're looking forward to a good first round of the state tournament. Of course, a little bit of change in characters and our cast, I should say, for the girls' game. They've redrawn the districts that way so that teams wouldn't have to travel too far out of their way to get to play each other. But our game tonight, we'll be having West Carter versus Bishop Brossart. They'll be playing here tonight, and who they're going to be playing after tonight will be either Walton Verona or Newport Central Catholic, and that's who is going to be facing one of these two teams here today. Of course, according to the schedule, it looks like that game would be an away game for either West or Bishop if they, whichever one wins here tonight. And, of course, there's no set time for that game. The schools are working that out, but it does have to be completed by March 3rd. That way so that they can participate in the March 5th and March 6th state tournament, which will actually be held at McBrayer Arena down at Eastern Kentucky University. And so these teams will either play Friday or and then if they win, the championship game will be in on Saturday. Of course, this is going to be a doubleheader here tonight. Of course, we're going to be starting out with the girls' game first for the first round, and then we'll be going off the air temporarily as we get set up for the boys' game. That will be right after this one. Game time's roughly set for about 8 o'clock at the moment. But these two teams, as I said, have not met each other so far this season, but they are definitely tops in their region. If you look at Bishop Brossart, they are second in the 10th region at the moment, and so they are a very tough team that's out there. And of course, West Carter, also a very tough team as well. They are currently ranked 5th in the 16th region. And so these teams, as we said, has not met so far this year, but of course this has been a very crazy year with COVID cancelizations. And then, of course, the last couple of weeks dealing with weather situation. And now we're glad to be back here on the hardwood getting ready for tonight's game. Of course, West Carter took a long road to finally hit to the 16th Region Championship as this tournament started all the way back at the beginning of January. And on January 9th, West Carter played in on the play-in round and defeated Fairview 59-22 before taking on in the second round Menifee County on January 15th, in which they defeated them 57-50. And then we've had multiple cancelizations from Raceland and West Carter dealing with COVID situations. And then finally, when the first ice storm struck, they were actually able to get it in on February 14th, Valentine's Day. So it took over a month to finish off the tournament, but West Carter ended up defeating Raceland 73-36 to win the 16th region crown for the All-A Classic. Of course, Bishop Brossart, a little bit of a different story, still took some time to get their tournament done as well, but they were able to get it in pretty quick at the beginning of January as they first took on Paris and defeated Paris 47-33 in the first round, and then that was back on January 11th. And then January 14th took on Augusta on the championship game and defeated them 54-13 to get the 10th region crown. And so it's been well over a month since that time period, a month and 10 days. And here we are now at the All-A Classic State Sectional. And so we're looking forward to this game this afternoon. Of course, a few key players that we want to take a look at here this afternoon. Of course, starting out for West Carter, definitely the person to watch on the court for them is Allie Stone. She is scoring 20.1 points per game and averaging 5.8 rebounds per game. She's shooting right now about 47.5% from the field and 87.9% from the free throw line. And so she is definitely one of the big targets there that Bishop's going to have to be watching out for. But they also do have some other players that has been stepping up here real recently. You have Beth Middleton that has been averaging 8.9 points per game. And then, of course, the rest of the team, the rest of the starting lineup and a few right off the bench has been averaging about 5-6 points per game. So the big target or the big weapon for tonight is going to be Allie Stone of West Carter. And, of course, for Bishop Brossart, the big person to be watching out for here today is Marie Kiefer. And Marie has had an outstanding 27.9 points per game. So she has led all of the Lady Mustangs throughout the season so far. And, of course, she has been having 11.6 rebounds per game. Of course, her season high was 31, but not against Lawrence County on there. A little bit of a mistake on the graphic there, but she is definitely going to be one of the big players to watch for Bishop out there today. And so, as we said, we're expecting a good match here today. But we'll take a quick break here as we'd like to welcome one of our new advertisers that has joined the Mantis Sports Media crew, and that's James Do It Best Hardware, located on Scott Street here in Olive Hill, Kentucky. And so I'd like to welcome them aboard, and definitely still like to thank Justin Criswell as well for maintaining his sponsorship of your local high school sports here in the 16th region and in the 62nd district in Carter County. So we'll be back in 1 minute here on Mantis Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware, lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And we'd like to welcome you back to John Hop Brown Court here at West Carter High School. And definitely like to thank our advertisers. And if you are interested in advertising with us, we still have plenty of spots available for you out there. So feel free to either message us here on Facebook, or you can also give us a call or see us on or text us out there. You can get a hold of us at mantasportsmedia@gmail.com. Call or text 606-207-3315. And like I said, you can also message us on Facebook, and we'll get back with you as soon as we can. But as we said, should be a good matchup here, as we're under 5 minutes away from first pass in this first round of the state tournament. Of course, some games have already been played so far in the All-A Classic. Of course, some teams actually was able to make it down to EKU, and they played each other down there, but the tournament was ended up canceled due to lack of attendance and then the weather. It was just a very bad situation. So all those teams that played each other, they're having to either replay each other or they're playing somebody else for in the first round. But taking a look so far throughout the girls tournament bracket, on Monday, or on the 22nd, Monday, Murray was at Crittenden County, and Crittenden County ended up coming up on top 64-53, and so they advanced on to the second round, and they're going to be playing Hancock County, which traveled to Metcalfe County, and Hancock won 56-39. Of course, dropping down just a little bit more on the 20th, Whitefield Academy took on Presentation Academy at Presentation, and ended up winning over top Presentation 52-47. And of course, some other games around the and the only other game that's been played in the All-A so far has been Owsley County was the host team, and they defeated Shelby Valley 58-54, and that was on the 21st. That was on Sunday. And so all those teams are going to be advancing, but tonight is going to be determining both games, because Weston Bishop Brossart is going to be playing here at 6, and then Walton Verona and Newport Central Catholic is going to be playing at 7 o'clock tonight. And so we'll find out where that bracket's going to be at. And according to the brackets that we see here, that game is either going to be held more than likely at Walton Verona or Newport Central Catholic. But of course, things are not set in stone just yet on that, because I know that these teams are all, of course, they're splitting the profits and everything else at these sites here. But they want to make sure that they get this game in and get a good chance to continue on. Of course, Bishop Brossart filling out the full 15-player roster here today, so bringing in a large crew as they're going to be taking on West Carter here with a 12-player roster out there today. Of course, taking a look at who has Bishop been playing. Of course, right now, as we said, that they are 11-3 on the season with an RPI of .65077. So they are number 2, right behind George Rogers Clark in the 10th region. And taking a look, they haven't played really anybody from the 16th region. It's been from around the 10th and the surrounding areas. Probably some of the closest schools that they have probably played has been Nicholas County. Played them a couple times. Scott County as well, of course, and then Mason County just down the road just a little bit. So this will be the first time this season that Bishop Brossart has been playing within the 16th region. But they have had wins against Holmes, Nicholas, Paris, Augusta, Central Hardin, Archbishop Nichols out of Cincinnati, Ohio, Nicholas County, St. Henry, Owensboro Catholic, Harrison County, Shelby County, and Mason County. Their only losses have come from Cooper, Ryle, and Scott County, or in Scott. So they have a really impressive record so far here today. a little bit more experience out on the court. Wes Carter has 10 games on the season so far, 6-4 on the season. A very good season for them so far, especially dealing with the COVID situations. Their only losses have come from 15th region opponent Johnson Central, and then 62nd district opponent Morgan County, and also a tough loss against Ashland Blazer. So that has been their losses here of the afternoon. Of course, we're getting ready here to honor America with our national anthem. As there's the horn, we're getting ready to honor America. And now we're going to be getting ready here for the starting lineups this afternoon. Starting out with the Lady Stangs of Bishop Brossart. And starting out, number 14, the senior Marie Kiefer. And then number 2, a senior Jordan Rowe. And then number 3, another senior, Rosie Jump. And then number 4, junior Madison Parker. And then number 5, a junior Lauren Mack. Head coach of the Lady Stangs is Kevin Bundy. And now getting ready for the home team here on the scoreboard. West Carter Lady Comets 6-4 on the season. Starting out, number 32, a senior, number 32, Kara Jordan. And then another senior, number 33, Callie Gillum, the KCU signee. And then number 2, a junior, Beth Middleton. And then number 23, another senior, Kylie Rayburn. And then number 22, Allie Stone. And the head coach for the Lady Comets is Faith Kahn. Of course, some things to look for this afternoon. Definitely, as we said, Bishop Brossart is number 2 in the 10th region. And the two bigs that we're going to be watching out for is number 22, Allie Stone, and then Marie Kiefer, both of them scoring over 20 points per game. And so things are underway here at West Carter as Bishop Brossart gets the ball on the opening pass in. Gets it down into the paint, turns, spins, pops, no good. Rebounded Stone of West Carter. That was Kiefer, their big target, trying to get to her early on in the game. Gillum pops a three, and that is good. So West Carter opens things up with a tray and puts them on top 3-0 to begin things out. West Carter getting 3/4 length court press. Gets it down to Kiefer. Kiefer puts it up one-handed, no good. Rebounded West Carter's number 32, and that's Jordan. Stone tries to get it out to Gillum, but Gillum was cutting her on her way in, and so that's going to be out of bounds, and that'll be the first turnover of the night for the Lady Comets. As we've seen so far, West Carter not been putting too much full court pressure on, but they've loved it. And there's a steal there by Rayburn, but she's going to be called for double dribble. She tried to pass it off, and everybody was moving, and so she had to clear out the way to get things all done. So that's going to be another turnover there for West Carter. West Carter looks like they're in the zone. There's a three ball there by Brossart, no good. And then offensive board by Madison Parker, and she gets the points and gets Bishop's first points of the game. Stone calling the play. Being closely guarded, she drives it in, gets it down to Middleton. Middleton pops the two, no good. Ball's bounced around a little bit. Kiefer ends up with it. She's driving the length of the court. Lays it up left-handed, a little too strong, no good. And that's going to be out of bounds on Bishop Brossart, and that'll be West Carter's ball. You can see that they want to get Kiefer in and early with her play. I can't blame her. She is towering above everybody here on the court. Rayburn gets it down to Stone. Stone pops the shot on the corner, and that is good. So 5-2 lead, or 5-2 West Carter lead. Bobbles the ball a little bit, gets it on the cross court. Kiefer looking for her three, gets it down into the paint. Good look by her, can't finish it off. As Kiefer had her right in the paint. Looks like that was Mott on there, and she couldn't get things finished off for Bishop on that one. Rayburn gets it down to Jordan. Jordan tries to puts it up, and she's going to be fouled. And that foul is going to go against Bishop's number 5, Lauren Mock. That's going to be her first, team's first of the half. So, Kara Jordan at the line, shooting 2. First one's up and in. Gives West Carter a 4-point lead. 5:23 left to go here in the first quarter. Second shot's up. That one's off the back of the iron and rebounded by Gillum. She gets it back over to Jordan. Jordan pops it up, and that is blocked shot there by Kiefer. But it's going to be a West Carter ball as it hits straight in on the out of bounds. Tries to get it in position there, and that's going to be stolen there. And we're finally going to get a jump ball, so that possession should go toward West Carter. And so West Carter will get this one after that. So Bishop will have the ball on the next jump ball. Good look down to Middleton down at the bottom. Can't finish it off. She gets her own rebound, but ends up throwing it right into the hands of Kiefer as she pushes it up ahead to Mock. Mock tries to get it up, and it's going to be deflected by Rayburn and out of bounds. Checking into the ball game now for the Lady Stangs is number 11, Emma Steffen, as she replaces Lauren Mock. Kiefer drives it in, and she's going to get a foul called on the floor. And that foul is going to go against Kara Jordan of West Carter. That's going to be her first, team's first of the half. Kiefer gets the ball into the post, loses it on the dribble. Stone got a hand on it. Stone driving it in, puts it up one-handed, no good. Rebounded Middleton, gets it back to Stone, who puts it right back up and in for another two. So West Carter with a 6-point lead so far here this afternoon. You can tell they're wanting to get that ball into Kiefer, but West Carter has been doing a really good job in the 1-2-2 zone to try to keep the ball out of her hands or to put pressure on her when she gets it. Leaves the three open there, not taken, passes it back up to the top. Keeper's wanting it down in the post. Cross court again. This time she's going to drive in, kicks it back out again. Three ball on the way, no good. And that is going to be last touch by the Mustangs and be out of bounds, West Carter's ball. It's a little over 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. West Carter still on top, 8-2. Of course, West Carter not a very high-scoring team this season so far. And there's a steal by Bishop. And they get that one finally to go down, and that was Rosie Jump with the steal and takes it down the court and gets the ball up for two. But as we said, West Carter not a very high-scoring team, only scoring about 58 points per game, pretty evenly spread out with Stone averaging about 20 of them per game. And it looks like Gillum tried to get it on the underside of it, but ends up throwing that one out of bounds. So for West Carter, number 30, Amelia Henderson is checking in, a sophomore. And then for the Mustangs, number 32, Madison Crow. Looks like she's checking in as well. Mustangs gets it on the side, gets it down deep into the corner. Looks like they're a little bit hesitant to shoot right off the bat, but finally gets it to Kiefer. Kiefer will pop it up, no good. And we're going to get a foul going the other way, and that is going to be against Kiefer. So that's Marie Kiefer, and that is her first foul, team second. As Lauren Mock checks back in, and she's going to be replacing Marie Kiefer. You can definitely tell she's a little bit frustrated with the production so far of the Lady Mustangs. Usually they're averaging 60, 70 some points throughout most of the games. And then three Lady Comets right in a row, and Jordan tried to get that one put up, but no good. And that's going to be a turnover there by the Lady Stangs on there. And be West Carter's ball as number 5, Alexis Bond, checks into the ball game for West Carter. Lady Mustangs looks like they're in a man-to-man defense. Stone drives it in, and she's going to draw the foul. And that foul is going to go against number 4, Madison Parker. And that's going to be her first, team's third. And that's going to put Allie Stone on the line shooting 2. First one's up and good. As we said, Stone's a pretty good three-throw shooter, shooting 87.9% so far on the year. Second shot's up, and that one falls down as well. Extends out the West Carter lead back out to 6. West Carter still in the three-quarter length. There's a tip pass. And that one, they're going to say last touch was off of Crow, and so that'll be West Carter's ball. 2:21 left to go here in the first quarter. Stang still in a man-to-man defense. And that foul is going to be against number 11, Emma Steffen, and that's going to be her first, team's fourth of the half. And checking into the ball game for the Lady Mustangs, number 20, Molly Kramer. So far, 4 fouls. Bishop Brossart, and 1 foul West Carter so far here in the first half. Bond gets it over on the wing to Henderson. Henderson's going to drive the lane, and they're going to get her with the offensive foul. As she drove in the lane, was closely guarded, but one of the Lady Mustangs was in good position down there to take the charge. So that's going to be Millie Henderson's first foul, West Carter's second. While Marie Kiefer checks back into the ball game for the Lady Mustangs. She gets it down into the paint, and that is going to be good. She's going to pick up the assist as that one goes to Lauren Mock, and she cuts the lead down to 4. 10-6 is our score. Gets it to Jordan. Jordan just off the side of the net. Rebounded Bishop. They get it in. Down to the wing, looking into the post. Trying to get it to her. She might have just about drugged that foot, but no call. Trying to get some good ball movement. West Carter now moving up to a man-on-man defense. As Bonds all over the point guard. They finally get it down to Kiefer. She puts it up right-handed. No good, but she's going to end up drawing the foul. That one's going to go against Jordan, and that's going to be her second. She looks surprised on that one. Kiefer shooting 2. First one's up and good. Checking back into the ball game now for the Lady Mustangs, number 4, Madison Parker. And for West Carter, number 2, Beth Middleton. As she replaces out Jordan, who has 2 fouls so far in the first half. Second one just a little too strong off the back of the box. Rebounded Allie Stone. Drives the baseline, reverse layup, and good. Under a minute now here in the first half. Pops up a shot, gets the bank shot on there with Parker. She gets the bank and the roll off of that little pop-up shot just inside the free throw line. Gets it to Middleton. Middleton pulls it back out. She's going to drive the lane, and that is going to be scooped out by Kramer. West Carter maintains possession. Gillum's going to drive it in. Tries to get it over to Henderson, but there may have been a kick ball on that one. It kind of looked like it deflected to me, but no call. And they're going to say that one went out of bounds on West Carter. So the Lady Mustang's going to be trying to finish things off here, but there's a steal by Lexi Bond. She tries to get up to Middleton, and that is going to end things out for the first quarter. There's a little bit of a difference in between the game clock and our scoreboard on there, but at the end of one, West Carter's got a 3-point lead, 12-9. We'll be back in 1 minute here on Manta Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And back here at West Carter High School, where Bishop Brossart ends up having the second quarter throw in, and we're going to get a foul at top of the key. They're going to say that was against, they said that was going to be against 33 Gillum. That's going to be her first and team's fourth. as Kiefer puts up a shot, no good, rebounded by Bond. Personally, I thought that foul was against Middleton out there. It looked like that's who they were guarding, but they ended up calling Gillum on that one. Gillum tries to cut down, but they kick it back out to Bond. Gives it up to Middleton up top of the key. She gives it to Stone. Stone drives in, pulls it back out. She's going to pop up a three off the front of the rim, no good. And that's going to be rebounded by Mock of the Bishop Brossart. Still a three-point ball game, 12-9. As they're trying to get it into Kiefer, but that's going to be stolen there by Middleton of West Carter. She drives it in, gets it over to Gillum. Gillum going to drive in. Looks back to Middleton. Good behind-the-back pass there to get it to Middleton. So Beth Middleton assist by Gillum. West Carter's got a trap there, and Stone picks her pocket, and she's going to drive it in, puts it up, and that is good with the right-hand shot. So West Carter on a 4-0 run here so far in this quarter. Kiefer tries to put that one up, no good. She tries to put it up again. This time she's going to draw the foul. Looks like that one's going to go against Lexi Bond, and it does. So that'll be her first, West Carter's fifth of the half. And it's going to put Marie Kiefer back at the line, shooting two. Gets the shooter's touch on the first one as that one rolls in. Cuts the lead back down to 6. Second shot's up. And that one's in, so it's a 5-point lead. West Carter now 16-11. Bishop Brossart's been staying in man-to-man defense pretty much the whole game so far. No major pressure. Gillum tries to drive it in, looking for somebody. Tries to get the pass underneath, but they're going to say that one was off the foot there of Jump, looks like, and it'll be West Carter's ball. Trying to get it in bounds, and that one just about stolen, and they're on the ground. We're going to get a jump ball here as Rowe just about picked the pocket of Stone, but Kylie Gillum is there to fall on the ball as well to get the jump ball, so that'll be West Carter's ball, still with a 5-point lead. Very strong defense on this Lady Mustangs team. As there's a pickoff by Kiefer, and she gets the ball up the court, tries to put it up, and blocked shot by Henderson. No foul called on that one, and easy look down, but can't finish it off as Stone tried to hit Middleton in the post, but couldn't get that one to fall for. Of course, as we said, this has been a long road coming by West Carter. As their last game, I believe, was on Valentine's Day. So it has been, over a week, 10 days to be exact, since their last game. Kylie Rayburn checking back into the ball game now for the Lady Comets. So they got a little bit of rust to shake off, of course, or I should say ice, with the ice storm. Bishop Brossart now starting to put on a little bit more full court pressure as Stone gets it over to Henderson, and Henderson gets the layup, but it looks like Parker, she kind of went down on the in the backcourt, and she is hopping off the court at the moment. So Emma Steffen's going to be coming in for her. Can't tell if it's a knee or an ankle, but she's going to have the trainer look at it momentarily here. So we hope she's okay. West Carter, good trap in the corner, but let her out. And awesome rebound there by, looks like Mock, as Rowe put up a shot, and nobody from West Carter ended up going in for the rebound. She had a wide open lane, and there, speaking of a wide open lane, Allie Stone hits a cutting Beth Middleton as she gets an uncontested layup down in the paint. Bishop doing a pretty good job of cutting through this defense, but she held on to the ball just a little bit too long. shuffled her feet, and so that's going to be another turnover for Bishop. West Carter's ball with about 4.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Gets it down to Henderson. Henderson throws it up, and it's going to be out of bounds. Be West Carter's ball underneath. 7-point lead. West Carter on top, 20-13. Gets it to Gillum. Gillum drives the lane, and she's ended up going to draw the foul there. It looks like that one was going to be on Rowe. No, they're going to say that was on Jump, Rosie Jump, and that is her first foul, team's fifth of the half. Kylie Gillum at the line shooting 2. First one is up, and that is in. Of course, Gillum not a bad free-throw shooter, shooting 84% so far on the season. Second shot's up and in. So substitution now by Bishop as number 32, Madison Crow, checks into the ball game now for the Lady Mustangs. So 22-15, 7-point lead now. West Carter still putting a light 3/4 to half-quarter length press on them. Cross court now, she puts up the shot, no good. Kiefer on the rebound, puts it up one-handed, and that is in. So she gets the offensive board and the layup. So 22-15. And there's an and one there by Allie Stone as she puts the shot up out of nowhere. And she's going to be fouled there by Jordan Rowe, which that's going to be her first, team 6 of the half. And Allie Stone's going to be going to shoot the three-point or get a three-point play the old-fashioned way, and she does. So now out to a 10-point lead, West Carter on top, 25-15. Cross court. Of course, that's definitely one thing you want to do against a press is you want to keep them moving. There's a lot of ground and a lot of places that people can be at, and you want to keep that ball moving all the time to throw them off of their routes or, their coverage areas. West Carter almost looks like they was in a 1-3-1. They get that one down into the paint. She looks for the shot, and that one, we'll call that one blocked there by Stone. Amelia Henderson with the ball off the block shot. Gillum's going to put up a 3. That one was touched. And Middleton gets the layup off of the bad pass by Bishop. And so Beth Middleton gets the basket. And so this is going to be a 30-second timeout here at West Carter. West Carter's on top, 27-15. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on Mantis Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
And back here at West Carter, 2:49 left to go in the half, and West Carter's on top, 27-15. Not a position that Bishop Brossart's been in too many times this season, being down this much, but they are definitely looking for some more production out of Kiefer. As we said, she's scoring over about 27 points a game, and has not hit that mark just yet, that halfway mark just yet here. They get across court. They're trying to double down there on Kiefer, make sure that she has it, and that's going to be a three-point shot there by Rowe. It's one shot that they needed right now to try to get them back into this ball game to start cutting away this lead. Gets it to Gillum. Gillum sees Middleton in the paint, but puts it right off to the leg there of Kiefer. Checking into the ball game now for the Lady Comets, number 44, Peyton Stegall. Senior checks in. They get it to Middleton on the cut in. She can't finish it off, and that's going to be a tied up ball. Possession's going to go to Bishop. And looks like we may have a frozen camera here momentarily. We'll see if we can try to get that fixed here for you. And we'll try to get, like I said, we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty with our image, but the score clock and everything's still going. And Allie Stone gets the shot there. And like I said, we'll try to see if we can get this camera fixed here momentarily. Just a little bit of a, like I said, a frozen camera just at the moment. We'll see what we can try to do to get that rolling on here. And Kylie Gillum with the three-point shot, 31-18, Wes Carter on top. Not for sure what's going on with our camera at the moment, but we will definitely try to get that fixed here at halftime. Three-point shot there by Bishop Brossart, no good, and that goes out of bounds. So Wes Carter pulling up the ball. As we said, little technical difficulties, and we do apologize for that, but gets it up to Rayburn on top of the key. Looks like under a minute left. And Gillum tries to put up a shot, no good. And got two or three Lady Mustangs on the court, and they're going to end up pulling this one up, and that's no good. Rebounded there by Kiefer, and she puts up the two to get Wes Carter within, or cuts the lead down to 11. Allie Stone drives it in, blocked shot by Kiefer, and that's going to finish off the first half here. So your score at halftime is Wes Carter 31, Bishop Brossart 20. So Wes Carter's going into the half with an 11-point lead. We'll take a little break here, and we'll be back momentarily here on Mantis Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of cases. Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
And we're back here at West Carter High School, and looks like we've got the camera situation fixed out there. Not for sure what happened, but glad to have it back on there, and we do apologize for that as well. So 31-20 right now at your halftime. We'll take another little break, and we'll be back here once again here on Mantis Sports Media.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You're looking at me in the future. Okay. Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
This is Jaina. Into the future. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those two girls.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember it was this girl that I was getting bullied by that one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me? I don't think you know how much like that helped me, because like I finally like knew that I had somebody. Because of you, Isaac, and what you did for me years ago, I grew up to be more independent and love myself and just be a little bit more confident.
Aw, I'm like a little tearing up right now. Just to see her in the future just blossom and look beautiful, and that was really amazing.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Awkward. Do I look familiar? I should. You might remember me from here. Here. Or maybe even here.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
It can actually be a perfect moment to reach out to a friend and ask if they're okay if they seem down. It doesn't matter how you say it.
You all right?
Everything's okay?
All G?
You all right, girl? You cool?
You bugging dog.
Just show you're there for them. Go on, Kelly. Seize the awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
And we're back here at West Carter High School, where our score is 31-20. And so let's take a look at a little bit of our halftime stats that we have on there. So far, West Carter been shooting pretty well here today. They're 11 of 23 from the two-point range, shooting 47.8%. They're 1 for 3 from behind the arc. And so they're shooting right now 33.3%. 6 of 7 from the free throw area, and that is 85.7%. West Carter typically a pretty good free throw shooting team. Of course, one of the big differences that you'll know between the two teams, definitely rebounding. West Carter has been controlling the boards here with right now with 21 total rebounds compared to Bishop Brossart's 13. Of course, turnover situation, not too much different between both teams. Bishop has 11 turnovers and West Carter has 10. Of course, the Lady Mustangs, they are 7 of 21 from the 2-point range, shooting 33%. And they are 1 of 5 from behind the arc and shooting 20%. They are the shooting has not been quite where they want to just yet, but we'll see what changes that they come out and that they make here in this second half. Of course, from the free throw line, the Lady Mustangs only been there 4 times this afternoon, and they've hit 3 of them for 75%, and they're at 20 points in the first half. The first quarter, West Carter had them on top 12-9. So had a 3-point lead starting things out, but then West Carter opened up that second quarter, took away a little bit of a run there, ending up topping them in that second quarter, 19-11. Taking a look at some individual stats now. Of course, leading scorer right now for the Lady Stangs is Marie Kiefer, number 14. She's got 7 points on the night, 2 for 8 from the field. And she is the only one that's shot any free throws, and she is 3 of 4. Then you got a couple Lady Stangs with 4 points. Lauren Mock and Madison Parker, each with 4. Madison Parker's 2 for 2, and Lauren Mock is 2 of 6. Then you have Jordan Rowe, who has hit the only 3-pointer of the night for the Lady Stangs, and she's 1 of 3 from behind the arc and 0 of 2 from the field. And then you have 2 points there by Rosie Jump. For West Carter, Allie Stone has already 15 points on the night. She's 6 of 8 from the field and 0 for 1 from behind the arc, and she is a perfect 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Then the next leading scorer is number 33, Kylie Gillum. She's 1 for 3 from the 2-point range and 1 of 2 from behind the arc. And she is a perfect 2 for 2 from the free throw line. So she has 7 points on the night. Right behind her is Beth Middleton with 6 points. She's 3 from 8 from the field. Then, of course, other Lady Comets with some points. You got Millie Henderson, 1 of 2 from the field with 2 points at the moment. And then Kara Jordan is 0 of 2 from the 2-point range, and she is 1 for 2 from the arc. So definitely interesting first half, and we'll be looking forward to the next half out there coming up here momentarily. So West Carter's going to get the possession to start things out. Of course, no one's really in too much foul trouble. The only one is Kara Jordan, who has 2 fouls. Lexi Bond, Millie Henderson, and Kylie Gillum all has 1. And then Rowe, Jump, Parker, Mock, Steffen, and Kiefer all has 1 for Bishop Brossart. So Bishop Brossart coming out in a man-to-man offense or defense to start out with. They get it to Jordan on top of the key. She gets it over to Kylie Gillum. Gets it over to Rayburn. And there's an interception steal there by Kiefer, and she's going to take it up left-handed, and she's going to get the first points of the second half. So she cuts the lead down to 9 for Bishop Brossart. Gets it over to Rayburn on the corner. Gets it down to Gillum. Gillum looking for somebody. Tries to get it to Middleton, but that is she's going to be the last one to touch it as Kiefer got a hand on that one, but they said Middleton had it last. course, taking a look at some more stats as we're out there. Of course, Wes Carter's gotten 21 points off of rebounds. And there's a three ball there by Brossart, no good. Rebounded Stone. But Wes Carter's gotten 21 points off of rebounds compared to the Mustangs, 13 points. And Stone just gets that one, was cutting her target cut to the basket, and she wasn't able to get there. And Coach Faith Kahn is going to call a timeout, try to stop the bleeding here just a little bit, get her team settled down. So we got a 30-second timeout. We'll be back here momentarily on Mantis Sports Media.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And back here at John Hop Brown Court, where Wes Carter's just taken their first time out of the half. Really not much of a score change on there. Bishop Brossart has made the only bucket so far here in the second half. But she must not seen something that she didn't like. Wes Carter wasn't moving the ball around quite as well as what they have been. There's a drive down the lane off the backboard. Rebounded there by Jump. Gets it back out to the top of the key. Rowe has it. Wes Carter's still now back into a man. No, they're in a very modified man zone out there. And there's a three ball there by Marie Kiefer. And she's starting to fire up here. She's got the 5 points so far here in the second half. Gillum, spin move on Kiefer. Looks back up the top. Finally gets Rayburn cutting down. Gets it out to Middleton, top of the key. Puts it up. No good. Rebounded Lady Mustangs as she has a wide open lane underneath, and that is going to be a foul there against number 33, Gillum. And that's going to be her second here, team's first of the half. So it looks like Mock is at the line shooting two, misses the front end of it. .5:35 here left in the third period. She finally gets the second one to fall and cuts the lead now down to 5 for Wes Carter. Middleton has it, and lost a little bit of a grip on it as Rayburn gets hold of it. They finally get to Stone. Stone gets it over to Rayburn. Rayburn going to pop the three. No good. Rebounded Kiefer by the Lady Stangs. She's going to drive it all the way in, and no contact there, so Wes Carter gets the rebound. That's one thing that the Lady Stangs has done is picked up their defense here and has really put the pressure on Wes Carter. And she gets the wide open layup, and that is a basket there by Mock, and now cuts the lead down to 3. So gives it to Rayburn. Rayburn faced with some tight defense. This defense is not giving Wes Carter an inch. They're not getting any separation. There's a mismatch right there of Stone and Kiefer, and Stone gets it over the center there and gets Wes Carter's first points of the quarter. And we're going to get a timeout as Wes Carter traps her in the corner. This is going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll be back here momentarily on Mantis Sports Media live on Facebook and YouTube.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
And back here at John Hop Brown Court, where Wes Carter is holding on to a 5-point lead at 33-28. They applied some good pressure there to trap Bishop in the corner. So they had to burn a timeout to get out of that trap. And she's going to put that right off of the leg of Jordan, and it's going to be out of bounds, Brossart's ball. Gets it out to the top of the key. Down on the wing, looking for Kiefer down in the post. Wes Carter's got her double teamed. But she ends up getting it, and they're going to say steps called. As she was trying to break away there from Kara Jordan. So Wes Carter with the ball. The Bishop fans starting to get on their feet here. They sense a little bit of a momentum switch, but we'll see how long that Lady Mustangs can hold up this tight man-on-man defense. Cross court all the way to Jump. Jump going to drive the lane. Gets the hip check, but she makes the basket, and that's going to cut the lead now down to 3. Stone driving the lane. She gets a shot up and in. So Wes Carter only right now 4 points in on the half for them, and we're just past the midway. 3-ball there by Jump, no good. Rebounded Stone. She's going to drive this, and they're going to say that she was fouled on the floor. And they're going to put that foul on Jordan Rowe, and it's going to be her second. Team's first of the half. As Millie Henderson comes in now for Wes Carter. She replaces out Middleton. Gets it to Jordan. Jordan looking for somebody. Gets the ball tipped there by Kiefer. And they're going to say they're going to call her for 3 seconds in the paint. She was looking for somebody to try to get, and nobody was available. Molly Kramer checks in for the Lady Mustangs. She's replacing Emma Steffen. Wes Carter's still showing that 3/4 length press. They get Kiefer trapped in the corner, but she gets the ball out onto the side. Jump shot there, no good. And nobody went after that, but we're going to get a foul here. We're going to say that was against Lexi Bond, and that's her second. So there was a battle for the rebound, and nobody from West went after it. It just about got back to Bishop, but ends up getting a foul there by Bond. We'll be back here in 30 seconds as Wes Carter takes another timeout here on Mantis Sports Media.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Back here at Wes Carter, where Bishop Brossart has the ball. Wes Carter still hanging on to a 5-point lead. Gets it over to Kiefer. Kiefer pops a 3 and hits nothing but the bottom of the net on that one. And gets the Lady Mustangs now within 1 possession. Wes Carter at one time had a long run of 9-2, while Bishop Brossart had a run of 5-2. And we're going to get a foul here. And they're going to put this one on Lauren Mock. That's going to be her second. Team second of the half. And Madison Parker is going to be coming in now for what looks like Molly Kramer. Yeah, West Carter's largest lead was 31-18 right before the end of the half, but has watched that lead starting to slip away a little bit as there's steps called against West Carter. Molly Kramer coming back into the ball game as she's going to be replacing Parker. So they've been pretty even on their turnovers so far here tonight, but West Carter's just not getting the ball movement that they've had so far. And they're going to say that Millie Henderson got Kiefer with the body. And that's going to be her second foul of the evening and team's third. So minute 46 left to go here in the third quarter. As we said, West Carter at one time had a 13-point lead, and now it is down to a single basket. They get it back out to the top of the key. Over to the side. Fake the handoff to Kiefer. Good move there by, I think that was Jump. Yeah, Rosie Jump faked the handoff to Kiefer and just spun out in the opposite direction. Wasn't followed, and she's got this ball game tied up at 35 each. Stone pops and gets the lead right back for West Carter on a nice jumper right around the free throw line. That has been her spot all season long, is just about a step or two in from the free throw line. She loves to drill it from there. Under a minute left now here in the third quarter. And that one's going to be last touch West Carter. Gets it into Kiefer. She may be holding on for the last second. But nope, she gets it back out up to Rowe. Rowe goes off the pick. Hits back door, tries to get Kiefer then, but that is going to be stolen there by Bond. Off the errant pass, so we still got under 30 seconds left to go here at West Carter. Stone gets the pick from Henderson. Drives it back out to the top. She's looking for the three, but got the miss match on her again. She misses a shot, rebounded there by Brossart, and that is going to be the end of the third quarter. So the West Carter lead has dwindled down to 37-35, and we'll be back here in 1 minute here on Manta Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
8 minutes left to decide who's going to be moving on to the second round of the All-A tournament, as one of these two teams is either going to be taking on Walton Verona or Newport Central Catholic. Sometime after this, but West Carter holding on to a 2-point lead. But Bishop Brossart with the ball, so West Carter's going to have the possession on the next arrow. Kiefer up top, wanting to shoot to three, but closely guarded there by Jordan. This is when conditioning really starts to pay off in this fourth quarter, as Stone just about picks her pocket. No good. Rebounded by Kiefer. Her shot is no good. And rebounded by Wes Carter's Stone. As we said, they're playing very tight man-on-man defense. Gets it down to Bond. Back out on the side to Jordan. Jordan's going to drive the lane. Gets it back out to Gillum. Gillum's got Kiefer on him, and she's going to take one too many steps on the hop. And so that'll be the Lady Mustangs ball. Number 4, Madison Parker checking in for the Lady Stangs, as well as number 32, Madison Crow. Is going to be checking in, and then looks like for Wes Carter, Beth Middleton coming back in for the Lady Comets. Wes Carter's got to get a stop here to try to get the momentum back in their own direction. Gets the ball kicked out, rebounded there by Jordan. So Wes Carter gets the stop that they need. They got to start extending out this lead a little bit if they want to have a chance against this team. Of course, as we said, with someone, and there's a 3-ball that is good there by Millie Henderson. So that is what Wes Carter needed at this point in time to try to extend out this lead. Because, as we said, the Lady Mustangs been playing a very tight man-on-man defense, but that's eventually going to start wearing you down. Of course, they do have some more experience and probably more time in the gym. There's a 3-ball there by, looks like a Crow, Madison Crow, and that's no good. Rebounded Wes Carter. Of course, Wes Carter could have been in the gym last week, but there was about 3 inches of ice. So I'm sure probably not all the players been able to get out this entire time, but we'll see how their conditioning goes on after 2 weeks of ice storms here in Carter County. And we're going to get the touch foul there against Jordan Rowe, and she picks up her third, and that's going to be team's third of the half. So right now, she's the one that has the most fouls of either team right now, with 3. Mock has 2, and then Wes Carter's Bond, Henderson, Jordan, and Gillum all has 2. And there's a fast break ahead. She can't finish it off. Rebounded there by Gillum. Gets it over to Henderson. Henderson, good look to Middleton, who gets the layup. So Wes Carter starting to space things out just a little bit, but you can't count out this team. And Madison Crow drives in, but Henderson is going to pick up the foul. She turned right around with her, and I could see where they were going to call that. She had good position, but she turned her body just at the last second on there, and that's that's the only difference that it takes between a block and a charge. So Crow hits the first one. She makes this one. She's coming out of the game. She's got a sub in for her, and she drills the second one. Emma Steffen comes in, gives her a break after that one. So Millie Henderson is the only other one in any kind of foul trouble right now with 3. Excuse me. She has done a very good job coming off the bench for Wes Carter this year. She gets the ball, but Bishop Brossart now applying some full court pressure, and looks like Coach Kahn sees the change and needs to make some adjustments. So we'll be back here in 60 seconds here on Manta Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Back here at John Hott Brown Court, Wes Carter with a 42-37 lead over Bishop Brossart. The Lady Mustangs changing gears a little bit and starting to put on some full court pressure. Stone gets it and she's immediately double teamed. Gets it up to Gillum. Gillum picks up her dribble, gives it back to Stone. As I said, they're still playing that tough man-on-man defense. And Stone's going to be picking up. She draws the foul. That's going to go against 11, Emma Steffen. That's going to be her second, team's fourth of the half, as number 5, Lauren Mock, comes back into the ball game for Steffen. And Gillum puts up a shot, but that is blocked there by Kiefer. Henderson comes up with the ball, gives it back to Stone at top of the key. Gets it up to the high post to Jordan. Jordan picks up her dribble. Tries to find somebody to get it to, but it ends up getting stolen there. And by Rosie Jump, and she takes it all the way for the 2. Back to a 3-point lead. It's one thing Wes Carter is going to have to watch out for and try to not do is, they're picking up that dribble, especially on a tight defense like this. And Stone drives it in the lane and gets the shooters roll in to get the lead back out to 5 for Wes Carter. They get it over just in time, and then there's a steal there by Beth Middleton. Good look, and she's going to be fouled from behind. And that foul is going to go against Rosie Jump of Bishop Brossart. That's going to be her second, team's 5th, and that's going to send Beth Middleton to the line to shoot 2. Pretty decent three-throw shooter. She makes the first. She's been shooting 77.8% so far on the year. Usually only gets a couple attempts per game, but she drains that up to increase up her stats just a little bit more on her three-throw shooting. Wes Carter trying to get them trapped, and she's going to end up getting the foul there from Jordan as she gets her with the body. That's going to be Jordan's 3rd, team's 5th. So Wes Carter has Henderson and Jordan both with 3 fouls. Bond and Gillum has 2 each. Rowe has 3 for the Lady Stangs, and Jump, Mock, Steffen has 2 for the Lady Stangs on there. Drives the lane, puts up the one-handed shot as Jump, and she gets that one to fall. Gets it back out to a 5-point lead of Wes Carter. We're under halfway through this 4th quarter. A little bit over 3 minutes left to play. As we said, this is going to determine who advances on to the next round, the semi-state round of the All-A tournament. Gets it back out to Stone up top of the key. She drives in the lane, and she took I thought she might have took 1 too many steps, but they said she got fouled before that. And that one's going to go against Kiefer. So Marie Kiefer picks up her second, and that's going to be team 6. So Wes Carter will be in the bonus on the next foul. Gets it into Stone. Stone stops, pops, and can't get that one to go. Kiefer with the rebound. Good look on the outlet there, getting it all the way up to Mock, but she can't finish it off. She kicks it back out. Waits on Numbers to come back in. So Lady Mustangs get their offense set back up with 2.5 left to play here. Loses the handle on that one. Stone comes away with it. She stops, and she's going to draw the foul. And that one's going to go against Lauren Mock, and that is her 3rd, team 7th. So that's going to send Allie Stone to the line to shoot 2. First one's up, and that is in. Out to a 6-point lead now. As we get our clock adjusted and back up sync with the game clock here. Stone, second shot up. Rattles out, no good, and that one is rebounded there by Kiefer. Gets it up and tries to put it up, but Wes Carter had hands up on that one, and so they get the turnover. Calling for the motion offense now. Gets it to Middleton, top of the key. They got to start eating off just a little bit of this time. 6-point lead, it's not sealed up, but you want to try to eat up as much clock as what you can. Stone gets it to Henderson. Henderson gets it over to Jordan. They're playing keep away right now on top of the key with the motion offense. Kiefer hanging back from Milton, and now she starts stepping up a little bit. Stone takes it all the way on the side. She's going to drive the baseline, ends up getting it down to Jordan. And we're going to have a timeout before any shot or anything else on there. So it'll be Wes Carter's ball underneath the goal, and so that's going to be a Wes Carter timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on Mantis Sports Media.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
1 minute, 14 seconds will determine who moves on to the second round of the All-A. And they get that one into Stone, and she's going to draw the foul. That one's going to go against number 2, Jordan Rowe. And by my count, that's going to be her fourth, team's 8. Allie Stone's going to be at the line shooting 2. Wes Carter still has a couple fouls left to give, or shooting the bonus, excuse me. And she gets the first one to fall for. 48-41, 7-point lead. Second shot is up. That one's in. All right, now it's an 8-point lead, excuse me. 8-point lead now, 49-41. So Wes Carter's got to get a stop here if they want to try to extend out this lead and give them a little bit of cushion in on this last minute. Gets it over to the wing, pops up a 3, no good by Jump. Rebounded Stone. They need to foul him at this time period, and they do. And that one is going to go against Jordan Rowe, and she is going to foul out of this ball game here. That is her 5th, team's 9th, as Stone looked like she might have got a little bit hurt on that strong foul as she came in, but she's hanging in there. Emma Steffen's going to be replacing Rowe. So under a minute left, and putting one of the good shooters out on the free throw line. Draws the first one, gets up to a 9-point lead now for Wes Carter. Second shot is up, and that is good. Takes it out to a 10-point lead, 51-41, under a minute left. Lady Mustangs got to get something going on. Kiefer gets a shooter's roll and gets it to fall, and timeout by Brossart. And that's going to be a full timeout, so we'll be back here in 60 seconds here on Mantis Sports Media.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
As a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
38.6 seconds left to go. This is probably going to be a quick foul here, and it is. Let's see who this foul is going to be on. And that one's going to go against Rosie Jump. That's going to be her third, and now Wes Carter's in the double bonus as they put Kara Jordan at the line, now shooting 2. 73.7% three-throw shooter, gets the first one to fall. Kara gets a second shot up, and that's good. Gets it back out to a 10-point lead again. They got to start shooting some threes here, but Kiefer tries to get it in, and Wes Carter ends up with the rebound, but they're going to say that as she was falling, that she slid the pivot foot or pivot knee, and so that's going to go to Bishop Brossart. With 27 seconds left and a 10-point deficit, they're going to have to start popping some threes to get some things done, and there's one of them, and no good. Rebounded. Gillum gets it to Stone. They're still going to put it on, but Wes Carter's pretty much got this one locked up. As the time is running down, she picks up her dribble, and that is going to be it. So our final score here at Wes Carter is 53, Bishop 43. So Wes Carter is going to advance to the second round of the All-A tournament. Of course, Wes Carter, this is their 5th straight time to the All-A tournament. And they're going to advance on, and they're going to be playing the winner of either Walton Verona or Newport Central Catholic. And so that should be an interesting matchup on there. But a really good game here at Wes Carter. As you know, we had some suspense and some close game that we got there. Bishop Brossart really came on in that third quarter. Actually even tied them up there at one point. But Wes Carter pretty much in control of the whole game. Had the lead most of the time. And so should be, we'll get some stats here before too long. So as we said, Wes Carter out on top, 53-43, 10-point lead here at Wes Carter. And they'll be taking on Walton Verona or Newport Central Catholic. So Wes Carter improves up to 7-4 on the year as Bishop Brossart falls down to 11-4. So nothing to hang their heads on. That was a well-played game by both teams. A little bit kind of a cold opening there by Bishop Brossart, but they finally came on there in that second half. So we're going to take a few break, pay a few bills on there, and then we'll come back with some final stats here at Wes Carter. Final score once again, 53-43.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
You're looking at me in the future. Okay. Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
This is Jaina. Into the future. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those two girls.
Oh, yeah?
Do you remember it was this girl that I was getting bullied by that one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me? I don't think you know how much like that helped me, because like I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Because of you, Isaac, and what you did for me years ago, I grew up to be more independent and love myself and just be a little bit more confident.
Aw, I'm like a little tearing up right now. Just to see her in the future just blossom and look beautiful, and that was really amazing.
And we're back here at West Carter High School, and we've got some final stats for you here this afternoon in our opener. Of course, our final score, 53 West Carter, Bishop Brossart 43. West Carter was 16 of 33 from the two-point range, shooting 48.5, while the Lady Mustangs were 14 of 37, shooting 37.8%. So West Carter, definitely one thing was out shooting the Lady Mustangs here today, and that was kind of the big difference, was just getting more of the shots to fall for them percentage-wise. West Carter was 2 of 6 from behind the arc for 33.3%, while Bishop Brossart was 3 of 12, or shooting 25%. Another one of the big name of the game, big differences that was out there was free throws. West Carter ended up at the line 17 times and hitting 15 of those shots, making 88.2%, while the Lady Mustangs only on the line 8 times and hitting 6 of those for 75%. Of course, West Carter controlled the boards here this afternoon, 33-23. But however, they also had it on turnovers as well. West Carter ended up with 19 overall turnovers to the Lady Mustangs 15. And so that was kind of the big difference out there, was rebounding and free throws. The foul trouble kind of got the Lady Mustangs in trouble. So let's take a look at some individual scoring. Of course, leading scorer for the Lady Stangs was Marie Kiefer, number 14. She had 17 points on the day, so 10 points shy of her season average so far. But not for lack of trying. She was 4 of 12 from the field. But she did sink both of the three-pointers that she put up, and she was 3 for 4 from the free-throw line. So she had 17 points. Rosie Jump was the second leading scorer for the Lady Stangs with 10 points. She was 5 of 9 from the field, and then 0 of 3 from behind the arc. Then also taking a look as well, number 5, Lauren Mock, had 7 points, 3 of 8 from the 2-point range, and was 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. And then Madison Parker had 4 points, and Jordan Rowe had 3, and Madison Crow had 2, and that's the 43 points for the Bishop Brossart Lady Stangs. They ended up with a total, as we said, 23 rebounds tonight. Pretty respectable. 16 fouls overall across the game compared to West Carter's 10. So as we said, that was kind of a name of the game right there, was getting West Carter on the charity stripe. West Carter looks like a leading scorer, Allie Stone. She ended up with a probably a season high 28 points. She maybe have had a game or two with a little bit more, but that's a pretty high number for her out there. She's gotten 28 points here on the night. She was 10 of 16 from the 2-point range, and she missed the only 3 that she put up. And she was 8 of 9 from the free-throw line. Second leading scorer for the Lady Comets was number 2, Beth Middleton. She ended up with double digits tonight, 10. She was 4 of 9 from the 2-point range, and she was 0 of 1 from the 3-point range, and 2 of 2 from the free-throw line. And then you had Kylie Gillen with 7 tonight, 1 of 4 from the 2-point range, 1 of 2 from the 3-point range, and perfect 2 of 2 from the free-throw line. And then you had Millie Henderson with 5, 1 of 2 from the field, and then 1 of 1 from behind the arc. And then Kara Jordan had 3, and all of them coming from the charity stripe. She was 3 of 4. So taking a look at just a little bit more as well. Of course, the largest lead of the game was held by West Carter in that first half. At a score of 31-18, they had a 13-point lead. Longest runs of the day came from West Carter. Was at a 9-2 run, while Bishop Brossart in that second half started off with a 10-0 lead. There was no lead changes, but one tie, and that was in that third quarter. Of course, box scoring as well. First quarter, West Carter outscored the Lady Stangs 12-9. In the second quarter, West Carter outscored the Lady Stangs 19-11. And then the Lady Stangs came out in the third quarter and outscoring West Carter 15-6. And then in the fourth quarter, West Carter doubled up on Bishop Brossart 16-8. And so that leads us up with our final score here, 53-43. So that's going to wrap things up here at West Carter for this opening game. We'll be back here because the next game is set to be starting here right at 8 o'clock. So we'll take about a 15-minute break, and we'll come back on with the next game that we're going to have here, where we're going to have the visiting Robertson County Devils taking on the West Carter Comets. And so, as we said, West Carter Lady Comets advanced to the second round, and they will be playing the winner of Walton Verona or Newport Central Catholic. So for the Mantis Sports Media crew, this is Jeff the Mantis Irwin here doing your play-by-play. I'd like to thank you for tuning in with us. Come back and join us again here on Facebook and in YouTube as we get ready for this second game. I'd like to thank the camera girl, Katie Irwin, and then our scoreboard muffin, Emily Irwin, and the supervisor, Rachel and Sarah, as they keep us all in line and keep us on the air and going. But for the Mantis Sports Media crew, God bless you. Thank you all for tuning in. And check back in with us here in about 15 minutes when we come back for the boys